So I'm currently being dragged by the neck by plenty of the New York cast members, and it's been going on for a week and a while, and it's escalated even more to the point where I feel like I need to make a video to kind of address it. By Flea, he made a video about expressing his anger and his frustration over my views of the first episode of Bkchat Nyc, where I expressed about how his comment about how when men have sex with women there's more mileage for the coochie, something like that, something a bit of a double standard where, you know, men can have sex with women, they're not really seen as a slut or so forth, but when a lady does it, they are. And I expressed my irritants with that point, and I said how it comes across as if someone's uneducated and so forth. A bit of a shock really, because I'm just reviewing a show. You have constantly placed yourself on a platform to be reviewed, to be viewed. And if you can't take the heat in the kitchen, they say, or the heat in the classroom, then simply remove yourself from the show. This Murad has a lot to say about me on Bkchat episode 1. All I'm going to say is, bro, you need to change your sheets before coming for a real one. Okay, let's get some pillows clean. The back of your bed, make sure you saw out them spiders. Listen, I saw a spider last week, so we don't know what the spider's doing. And then he says, before opening your mouth to speak in a real one, the reason why you might understand, etc, etc. We're not cut from the same cloth. You don't actually know me to know if we're cut from the same cloth, but everybody has their perception, and everybody is entitled to their view, opinion, so forth. The same cloth, you might be into different things, so I think he's insinuating now that I'm gay. So he's attacking my sexuality. Your light jam should have at least been a warning sign that you was coming for the wrong one. Be politically correct when speaking on people you've never met. I know you are trying to do a job. I don't really earn YouTube money, like I don't do YouTube for money, because this isn't my job. I just do it because I like reviewing programs. But bruh, how you come across, and step your editing game up. And then he made another one saying, I feel like if I don't address this Murad, he's going to think he has a pass to talk anything about real Them in Bkchat might have let it slide, but they haven't really let it slide. Like, this is what I find ridiculous. I woke up to this and I was like, what is going on? This is barbaric. I'm simply reviewing a show, that's all that's going on. It's just a show of characters. Is Nene Leakes up in my mentions? Is Kenya Moore in my mentions? Ghost, Tommy, Tasha from Power, are they in my mentions? Anybody from Walking Dead, Game of Thrones? Bkchat London, are they in my mentions? I've said far worse things in my review about either like Lucas, Esther, Gogo, and Glenn. Are they up in my mentions? Are they making videos? No, they're not, because they know it's just a show. There's nothing personal. I'm reviewing a show. It's so sad that I have to repeat this twice or thrice. You know, I have Gogo calling me up saying he appreciates the honesty, and so people like Nunu as well. So it's just all honest. It's just a review. They're laughing. It's not deep. So the fact that I have, you know, I mean, literally for a minute I was speaking about this, and he's now obviously taking it out into context, saying I've offended him. His frustration, he's upset. Then you have the other cast members. Varsia, who says you're late though, he's been changing his sheets. And then Adeze with the eyes obviously imply that they're throwing shade, which is ridiculous. And then you guys all saw Bukola's comment on my YouTube thing, literally just cutting me out. And it was the first comment when I dropped the review, it literally was there straight away. I was going to delete it, but then I just thought, you know what, let me just leave it there. It's her opinion, she's entitled to have it, let me just drop it there. And then Lookman says something as well. So it's like everybody is just literally going in on me, going ridiculously crazy. This message is to Andy and I especially. I don't know if I is directly related to being an executive producer, but Andy yourself, you need to train your people that you have hired on this show, because they don't only represent themselves, but they represent Bkchat Nyc. And as far as I'm concerned, if this is a continuous pattern, if I'm constantly waking up or being aware of messages like this, I probably won't even begin to review the show anymore, because it really is just tiresome. It reflects unprofessional people, it reflects the fact that they have no class, there's no clarity to the show, it brings a poor image, and it really is ridiculous. And that's what's going on. It's like half of the cast literally hate my guts, and then you've got half the cast who are following me on social media, evidently saying support and commenting saying how they love the show. It baffles my mind. I was speaking to my friend about it, and she was shocked. She was like, are you mad? Is that really happening? She thought I was joking. She was like, is this really going on? These big people are doing this? Like, anything that I've said, I'm entitled to say. It's my video. I'm entitled to be biased. You might make an amazing point in the next episode, and you will see me supporting you for that point. Like, it's not deep. Like, there's no hatred. Like, there literally is no hatred. So I'm honest. I don't understand the fact that we have him now, we have Bukola, we have Lookman, we have Daisy, we have Varsia. They're all just throwing a little shade and stuff, and obviously expressing anger and frustration. I don't understand what the hell this is. I'm just reviewing a show. It is just a show. Like, I'm actually baffled. And when Bkchat made that comment, obviously everybody who viewed the video literally just went in on her. They were shocked themselves that the fact that she was playing like this. I was shocked as well. I saw that comment, but I thought, you know what? It goes as far as comments in terms of people commenting their frustration when it comes to this cast or anyone in general. It goes as far as comments. But now we have people making videos of expressing their hatred, and it's like, if I said that you come across somebody would come across uneducated with that statement that they have made in terms of the cucina mileage, and plenty of people on YouTube and Twitter were going in, but for some reason, plenty of people do Bkchat reviews on YouTube, but for some reason, like, it's just absolutely confusing. I'm not obviously saying you can't speak and see your opinion, but the fact that you're doing it over a video like this, over me reviewing a show, like, come off it, please. This is the first and the last time I'm going to address this. If this obviously continues, then it will come to the point where I will just stop reviewing this entire franchise in terms of New York completely. Because as far as I'm concerned, I went in on, I love Reva, but I hate the way she dresses sometimes. Is she up in my mentions? No, she's not. You know, I don't understand what's going on. What about Omar? I said that I'm done with him as a person and I find him annoying in terms of his views. Is he up in my mentions? No, he's not, because they know, the Bkchat London cast know it's just a show. This is just a show. I'm reviewing characters. Notice the word character. You are a character on the show. How you are with me in person is very different to you being a character on a show. The fact that you guys can't understand that, the fact that I have to explain that is so ridiculous and immature and barbaric. I don't even have further words to express this. Attacking my sexuality, I assume, as well. He's saying he's the wrong one, so now he's threatening me as well. Like, it's just... We have Nicola saying, LMIO, that's my G, tell him. Like, what is this? Are we in high school? Are we children? Like, are we in gangs? Are we trying to fight each other? What's going on? We're all big adults. I'm simply reviewing program because I like to. That's what I do on my channel. And if you find that so upsetting, then simply direct a message and say why. You don't need to be doing this malarkey. It makes no sense. 2 minutes I spoke about you in a particular show and you've exacerbated this into something huge. If this continues, I will not review this franchise anymore because they're just ridiculously childish. I didn't see this coming. Like, I genuinely did not see this coming at all. It's just quite laughable at the same time. But at the same time, I always like to take the high road. So if anything I have said has directly attacked someone personally and they've become deeply upset, obviously I will apologize happily and let you guys know that that's not my intention. But the fact that I have to apologise to let you guys know that is also quite weird as well, considering that I'm just reviewing characters on the show. But I'm happy to take that road as well. So if you disagree with what I say, that's fine, but you don't need to hit below the belt and attacking my sexuality, implying that I'm something else, now implying that I'm not the right one, threatening me as well. Like, it's not really needed. Then we've got half the other cast. Like, it's not even fans of Bkchat, it's the cast that are supporting him, saying, yeah, you let go, you change the sheets, and then like, I don't understand. Like, it's just generally weird and very sad. It's very unprofessional, very sad. Andy, you need to talk to your cast members because this is a ridiculous, horrible representation of the show. You don't do that. Like, I've said far worse things about people like Lucas, or far worse things about people like Esther, two of the big people who are known to represent Bkchat. Let's be real. Lucas and Esther are one of the two biggest characters in the show, like Azariah and so forth, and I've disagreed and agreed with all of them. Do you see Lucas up in my mentions? Do we see Esther? Do we see Reva? Do we see Nunu? Like, we don't see these people up in the mention going mad or like making videos. It's just confusing. Like, they might be upset with what I say, but they don't do the lengths of this because they know I'm just reviewing a show. It's not deep. Let me know what you guys think about what the hell's going on. Comment down below. I know when it comes to Picolo's things, you lot went in. So let me know what you guys think. Hit me off my Instagram if you guys want to. You're just going in, dragging me by the neck, as it seems, literally threatening me. I'm literally being threatened. It's just a review of a show. Like, this is so weird. Like, I have no words to express myself, but I thought I'd vent my, not only frustration, but my thoughts about what's going on with you guys as subscribers, because I don't think majority of you are aware of what's going on, so I thought I'd let you guys know. But thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.